Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me live for today's World Session. I hold these World Sessions every Friday at 10 a.m., so you can catch them live with me here. If not, you can always catch the replay on my YouTube channel. And there's a plethora of resources and sessions on my YouTube channel, so you can go back and use that as a resource for yourself. And it's always great to go back and listen to old sessions that I've done because they move through your body in a different way and support you each time in a different way. So when I was tuning into today's session, what was coming up really strongly is the small intestines. So it feels really sticky and heavy in that gut area. So I can even feel it sticking that small intestines where it meets the back, that back body and the front body and the side body, where those small intestines sit, is really, really heavy. It feels like uncooked dough trying to make its way out through those small intestines. I'm even losing my breath. So there seems to be a few things accumulating here. So there's karma, past experiences, there's hereditary factors coming in through the small intestines. There's also there's emotional impact. So how our emotions impact our body and how we feel. Now, it's not healthy emotions, not the natural emotion that supports us, that helps move it helps move the energy. Emotions are simply energy in motion, and they run through our systems and our organs. Oh, there's already a nice burp on that. And when there's no thinking about emotions, there's no thoughts about what you're experiencing, then they're able to go through and do the work and do their job. But when you start to think about your emotions, you start to think about what you're experiencing, you start to think about past wrongs that people have wronged you, or perhaps even going into blame. So, oh, I've wronged somebody and I've hurt them, and now I feel guilty and I feel sad. Ooh, it's coming up really. That guilt and shame is coming up really strong, and it seems that's what's congealing the small intestines. Then we also have world affairs happening, conflict in the world that's also impacting. We've got planets impacting. So we've got a lot of things coming in right now, and the small intestines is having a really hard time uh, discerning. And that's the natural consciousness of the small intestines. That's what they do. It discerns. So you eat some food, it goes down into the stomach, it goes through the small intestines, and the small intestines breaks it out. Okay, I need this vitamin, I need this mineral, I need this carbohydrate, I need this fat, I need this protein. I'm going to remove the chi from this food and absorb it. I'm going to let this go. The same thing with your daily life. Oh, discerning information, discerning your life events, experiences. Ooh, that's coming up really big as experiences. We want to just create some space. I feel really swollen. So this is running as a parallel session. There's a few things. You can think of it as a highway. A few things happening simultaneously. It's not one is happening before the other, that this healing or this balancing, this restoration and rejuvenation of your small intestines is happening um, in parallel to each of these formulas are going to be running simultaneously. We need to bring in first some hydration, um, to help the swelling. There seems to be a lot of inflammation around the small intestines. We've got leaky gut. And so if you're taking any vitamins or doing any supplements, it's wonderful to do that for your body. But if you've got leaky gut, it's like they're not going to do anything. The intestines is not going to be able to absorb the nutrients. So we've got to reduce the inflammation around the small intestines. They're very overwhelmed with a few things. So we'll run an active memory also as a body chemistry to overthinking. We'll run an active memory to overthinking through that small intestines. We're going to run a body chemistry. So you can put some saliva on your finger. If your finger is clean, stick it inside your belly button, put it behind your ears in the middle of the clavicle. And we'll run body chemistry to candida. So too much sugar in the system is no good, is creating like a fungus. So we've got candida, we've got an overgrowth of various different yeasts, almost like we've got mold in there. So whether you lived in a moldy environment or that it's so stagnant in there, it's the food or even mucus, too much buildup of mucus is creating a moldy, like sluggish um, substance. Just feels like goop, and I feel really, I'm having a hard time breathing, and my throat is even being in the back of my head. I can feel my atlas, so I'm being like jammed up. So this is also affecting the spine, the back of the head. So I'm feeling some neck pain and contraction. We need to bring that small intestines back into its healthy shape and form without that inflammation. So running body chemistry, we're going to run also body chemistry to intolerances. So here's emotional intolerance coming up, intolerance to even your experience. I want to change what I'm feeling. I don't like what I'm feeling. I don't like my experience. So we're going to run a body chemistry through. And then also an intolerance if you've got a weakened Wei Qi. So the small intestines works with the skin, that thin skin being affected by oversensitivity. So we want to make sure that that oversensitivity, where it feels like everything feels like it's inundating you. So from information, we've got EMFs, we've got conflict in the world, we've got your own personal conflict, whether that be within yourself or with your family or friends or colleagues or your experience. So we're going to strengthen that skin. We're going to do a dumping of the five senses off of the skin, both physical and subtle. We're going to anchor that to the heart. Oh, doing that, there we go. There's a nice release. And then we'll do a repair to the Wei Qi, bringing it to synthesis. Oh, there was a really big release on that one. Oh, that's going to be associated, that synthesis. We're going to link that to liver time for that repair of the Wei Qi. There we go. All right, I'm going to tap this part of the formula in. We're going back into that small intestines and we've got to clean out that junk. Oh, we're going to do this a few ways because it feels like it's really congealed. So it needs some help to move. So we're going to bring in the element of fire here into the small intestines. We're going to rev it up a little bit. So your belly may start to feel like it's hot. We got to really just break down that gunk. So we're going to raise the fire, that element of fire within the Wei Qi, bring in a hydration, speed up the hydration a little bit so it turns into I'm losing my words here, hydrogen peroxide that your body can make naturally to clean out. So this is how it's working. The fire element in the small intestines is raised slightly to help break down that mucus, that over excess of mucus, built up food, built up um, pathological emotions. So emotion plus thinking, wanting to change things, and then impact of environment experiences. and others is coming in, but not blamey. Just, you live with people. And then maybe you pick up their moods. Um, so to break down all of that within the small intestines through fire, bringing in that hydrogen peroxide, and it's going to wash it out. It's going to wash out excess mucus, built up food, candida, mold. There we go. Now I put down my arms. I was talking really fast, and now I feel like I'm slowing down. Things are starting to settle. Bring that into the colon we're going to bring that up through the whole large intestines, transverse, ascending, transverse, descending down into the colon. Now we've got some built up fecal matter. So there could be some problems with digestion in the sense of being constipated or having diarrhea. I'm more looking at the constipation as backup of a backup, and is coming up as backup of experiences. That can also be constipation is control, has everything to do with control. I need to control myself, my experience, my surroundings. When I control, I am safe. When I am in control, you can think about what you think of control. We need to break that up. So we'll run a hydration to the fecal matter within those large intestines and get it moving. And we're going to link that to, we're linking that to the liver. Liver, I'm surprised. The liver knows what to do with anger. We're going to use anger to help that large intestines let go. Now, letting go is grief. Large intestines and lungs work together to let go. But this is getting a little bit angry, getting that little bit of movement going. So bringing in that natural anger to help those large intestines do their job. So you may notice that you may be on the bathroom a little bit more, maybe going to the washroom. Now I've got saliva in my mouth, so that's moving really nicely. All right, I'm going to tap this in over here. My face has gotten itchy and my back has gotten itchy. So we're back to the skin. So I'm going to do a detoxification of skin, pores, even hair follicles. Oh, I'm so itchy. We're going to do a hydration to the skin, to the epithelial levels. And then we'll run a body chemistry to allergens and viruses is coming up. So we'll just do a general virus, non-specific, and allergen seasonal allergies. Oh, I'm still so itchy. It's bringing me to the hair, and hair stores emotion. So we're going right to the root, going right to the root of the hair and the hair shaft. So that could be hair on your head, wherever you have hair, even your eyebrows, your eyelashes, the little small hairs on your body, hair on your legs, on your arms are basically covered in these little, these little hairs. And there's an eighth chakra coming in. So this is through a past life and seeing people being scalped. This is native, or now I think it's indigenous. So indigenous people back in the 15 and 1400s, I'm seeing just a bunch of people being scalped. So so hopefully this will neutralize any hair loss, hair thinning. I'm going to go ahead and tap that out. Rows and rows of people being scalped. Oh, there we go. There it goes. I've stopped itching. And I've calmed down really nicely. So going back into the small intestines, everything's nice and moving over there. The large intestines is moving. I'm still breathing from my mouth, so I haven't been able to take a breath yet. So we're going to go into the diaphragm. And it feels sticky there. And I remember at the beginning of the session, I was saying that the small intestines is swollen and affecting and raising everything up. So we're going to do a vivaxis. We're actually going to bring a vivaxis to that small intestines, bringing it down, settling it down so it's not rising up into the mind or into thinking, that it settles down nice and low into the gut. I'm just shimmying, getting this to move. There it goes. It feels like it's settling in. Doing a vivaxis to the small intestines, bringing it back into its natural, healthy positioning for your body. And then we're going to do a nice strum in that diaphragm. It feels sticky on the side and then on the front. And it's hard to take a breath, and it feels like it's raising up into the lungs. So we'll also link that into a vivaxis of the diaphragm and do a biogenic emotional release of all emotions. So natural emotions and also pathological. So pathological emotion is emotion plus thinking. Oh, my there, starting to breathe. You could feel into your breath. Oh, there we go. There was a nice gurgle, and my stomach relaxed. My whole abdomen just let go. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you all next week.